Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the TKPodcast. My name is Dono, and of course I have my lovely co-host Dad, and this is the show where we talk anything from Pikachu to pizza, Naruto to noodles, whatever the heck it is. But how are you? How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I thought I was going to be TK Dad. I am not TK Dad. I'm just good old, plain old Dad. I put it on Twitter. Do you want me to change my name to TK Dad, or should I stick with Dad Hates Anime? And the people have spoken. The people have said they like Dad Hates Anime. So it's proof that the people like it when I hate. You say stop hating, they say keep hating, and so I'm going to keep hating like Satan. You disagree?
I don't disagree. I mean, if the people want it, the people shall have it. I don't know.
All right. Well, what's going on in your world, TK Dono?
In my world, we just got home from church.
Yes.
And I have been watching some very interesting things lately.
Hold on a second. Are we doing What Are You Watching already?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, well, we got to intro the stuff.
Okay, then do it.
Ladies, let me take over here for a second.
Oh, my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TK Podcast. I am TK Dad. This is TK Dono. He's just like me, only 20 years younger and about 100 pounds lighter, all right? But
2 times cooler, too.
2 times cooler my foot. How dare you? You're only cool because of the DNA that flows through your body. And that is courtesy of good old Dad.
I'm sure.
But we're going to talk about everything. Like you said, Pikachu to politics, from, I don't know, Digimon to
Dionysus. I don't know.
Something. I had something for Digimon. I don't know. Do you even like Digimon?
No, I've never got into it.
It was a knockoff Pokemon, right?
Kinda, yeah, but people were like, no, it's different or whatever, but it basically was.
If you like Digimon, let us know why in the comments. But let's talk about what are you watching. Right now, it's the Olympics. It was postponed after 2020. Now it's 2021. Most people, like myself, are watching the Olympics. I didn't watch any stinking anime this week. Is that the same thing for you, son?
I haven't really been paying attention to the Olympics. I heard that skateboarding was awful.
How dare you?
I'm sorry, yeah. I heard that it didn't go well. I have not seen it, but friends and other sources have told me that it is not worth my time, which is unfortunate because skateboarding seems like it'd be a really cool Olympic sport.
Were you really interested in watching skateboarding?
I mean, I thought it would be cool, especially whenever they introduce something new. That always piques my interest.
On a skateboard?
I have, and the last time I was on a skateboard, I broke it in half.
Okay, look, skateboarding is one of the exhibition sports. There's rock climbing, I think, is another one. Surfing. Yeah, it's like a race, like speed climbing. I don't know if it's happened yet. But there's a lot of exhibition sports this year. Karate is an exhibition sport.
Really?
I hope it's better than Taekwondo, because the Taekwondo is looking pretty damn lackluster lately.
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate.
Back to you, sir, though. What are you watching? If you're not paying attention to the Olympics, what random, creepy, weird anime are you watching?
It's not even creepy or weird. Mainly, I've been watching Psyche K, which is about this guy who is a psychic, kind of in the name. But he goes around living out his daily life as a high school student with supernatural powers, and he uses them to get out of annoying scenarios.
What kind of supernatural power?
We're talking telekinesis, telepathy, just a bunch of other psychic type stuff. Like he can touch something and see like its history or like how other people have interacted with it and different things like that.
Okay, so when you say Psyche K, is that how you said it?
Psyche K.
Is that just like the over-enunciation of Japanese? Like
no, that's like his name.
Okay, because if I talk to my Japanese friends, my name is Kurisu, right? It's not just, well, I guess I never told them my real name on the show, have I?
No,
Son of a biscuit. Okay, well, I just revealed it.
On accident.
Nobody's on here right now. We'll edit it out, okay? How many people are in the room? Nobody yet.
We got Tyler. Tyler's a person.
Tyler is here, but he's part of the show today. We'll get to that in just a minute.
Hell yeah.
So Psyche K is
Psyche K.
That's all you're watching.
That's pretty much it. That and Dragon Maid, a little bit of Konosuba too. I was trying to get my friend into it, so I revisited the series once again.
What happened to the show from last week with the thirsty dude?
With a thirsty dude?
Yeah.
Which one?
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? They're all thirsty.
They're not all thirsty.
They are. This whole thing is about like, this dude is lonely, so he rents a girlfriend. This dude is lonely, so he gets transported to a magical land. This dude is so thirsty, he gets hit by a tractor. You know what I mean? It's all like these thirsty, lonely dudes.
That's not even true.
Okay, fine. I thought last week you watched one where the dude was trying to get the girl.
That's like a generic statement for a lot of anime.
Exactly.
And especially in your perspective, because you're always like, oh, he's so thirsty.
Exactly.
He's so lonely.
Okay, that's how I can say Naruto is kind of like Dragon Ball in that we have a super guy who powers up and transforms and kicks the crap out of the villain.
Yes, but there are astute differences as you've seen as you've gone throughout the show.
It's all the same to me, people. Lonely, thirsty virgin gets transported to another land where he ain't so lonely anymore and now he's cool. Or we have lonely, thirsty virgin who spends way too much money to rent a girlfriend. Or in this case, we have psychic guy who has magical powers.
Yeah, but he's not thirsty. He actively tries to avoid women. He actively tries to avoid women because he thinks it's a waste of time.
So he's attracted to men, is what
he's not attracted to men either.
All right, whatever. So that's it for what we're watching. Is there anything else you're watching you want to talk about?
No, that's pretty much it.
That's everything.
Yep.
So you're not watching anything else cool, different? You don't have any recommendations for the people?
No, I mean, if you haven't seen Psychic K already, it's hilarious. I 100% recommend it. But aside from that, no.
So then we'll come back to recommendations in This Week in Anime, I imagine.
Yes, 100%.
All right, so here's how this is going down. We have a feature on this podcast, seeing as how it's episode 2. This is something we do every time.
Technically episode 1.
Whatever. This is a feature called Why Are You Cool? Mm-hmm. The reason why we have a feature called Why Are You Cool is because my son, TK Dono himself, always tries to tell me about his friends and that they're so cool.
Because they are.
This person does this on Twitter. This person does that on YouTube. This person does this on Twitch or Instagram. And I don't know why these people are cool. So I said, why don't you get one of your friends to come on the show and they can tell me and the world why they're cool.
Alrighty.
So who do we have today?
Today we have one of my personal best online friends, Tyler DOE. But before we get into that, I wanted to flex this really quickly.
Uh-oh. A new foe?
A new foe has appeared. I edited that last night, and it is sick.
So he's an enemy?
No, it's a reference to Smash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and for those of you who are listening to the audio, it's the Smash Ultimate scene when a new character challenges you. It's cool. All right, I thought it was sick. Hopefully Tyler thinks it's cool too. But if you want to jump in to the little thing on the call really quickly, Tyler.
Tyler, welcome to the show. First of all, I'm sure my son would be happy to talk my ear off and tell me what makes you cool.
I would.
But I'm going to make you speak for yourself. Tyler DOE, I'm putting you on the spot right now. Actually, first, we're going to have an icebreaker question.
Which I have. I have an icebreaker question.
So, let's go.
So I know clearly you are the king of podcasts. I believe you're part of 5 or 6 now, right?
Really?
I don't even know myself.
But how does it feel to be on the other end of the stick? How is it?
This is one of 2 that I'm doing that aren't mine today, and it feels great.
You're doing 2 today?
To like have no responsibility. I remember whenever you were talking about like making this podcast, you were kind of like, I don't know, maybe you can be a co-host, and my answer to you was, yeah, I'll do it if you do all the work, because Jesus, I'm doing so much work for podcasts right now. I can't even imagine bringing on like another one to do more work on. So
wait a second. So you're a guest on 2 different podcasts today, Tyler?
Yeah.
And so you're in high demand. That's what you're saying.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's so much that I'm in high demand or if they're just getting desperate. It's one of the 2.
All right, we'll be the judge of that. Tyler DOE, what does the DOE part mean? Can you explain that to me? Because I don't know.
The DOE thing, I think, is it's either really anticlimactic or it's an interesting story, depending on who you are. But like, whenever I would go to my dad's house, we had all these friends. They would just all say DOE whenever they were speaking. So they'd say, "Where you at, DOE? What are you doing, DOE?" That kind of stuff. And then one day I got like irritated at them. It was like a jokey irritation. It wasn't like I was actually mad, but I'm like, God, why do y'all say DOE after everything? It's just so annoying. And then literally one of them, without skipping a beat, one of the older kids, I was like maybe 14 and he was like 17 or 18. And he goes, Tyler DOE. And then for the rest of time, I just made that my username for everything because I just thought it was so funny that like, firstly, he said that and then it stuck for the entire summer. Everybody called me Tyler DOE for the whole entire summer just to mess with me because I was getting irritated about it. So,
are you from Houston or somewhere in the South?
What'd you say?
Are you from Houston?
Yeah.
Really?
How can you tell?
Because that's like a hip hop slang. A lot of people in Houston use DOE after that. Like,
it is a thing here. Like, I know like a lot of people say DOE whenever they're asking you something or they're trying to inquire about something. They'll go, "What about this DOE?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Like, so
interesting. You like how Dad knew exactly where the hell he was from?
I mean, cool. Random trivia.
I know people, damn it, and I understood where he was from. So Tyler DOE, you have an interesting name story, I guess. But now, can I ask, or do you have another question?
I do have questions.
Please, hit him.
So I want to know exactly what makes you cool. Okay, we know you do podcasts. We know that you're from Houston and whatnot. But what else are you into, or what else do you?
I don't know. I didn't know what I was going to be talking about whenever we came on here, which is kind of how I like it. I like, being more in the dark than knowing. So I didn't prepare like what I would say whenever you asked me this, but I would say like if I had to think of something that makes me cool, it'd be that I'm not cool. Like I think there's something cool about like whenever you just don't give a shit about like what anybody else thinks about you, and you don't care if if people like you or if people don't like you, and you're gonna be vulnerable and tell things how they are no matter what. And so I think that's kind of what I do best is I don't care how it's gonna paint me. If you don't like that I'm doing X, Y, or Z thing, it doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna do my thing either way. So I think that's kind of what makes me cool. Is I think a lot of people like to be like that, or would like to be like that, but are just a little bit afraid. But I think everybody, if you take anything away from this podcast, just be yourself. Do your thing.
How did you get to be comfortable enough to say that and to live like that and to feel that way? Because a lot of people are influenced by their peers or by social media or by the number of likes or things they get. How is it that you feel comfortable enough in your skin to say, I don't care what people think of me?
I think it was just kind of my upbringing, right? Like I have a lot of siblings. I'm one of 10 siblings.
Oh.
And then, yeah. So like I had like a lot of siblings growing up. And then I think that like, as I got older, it was actually my ex-girlfriend, or my girlfriend at the time. One day we were with my family, and she was like, why do you always act so different around your family than how you act around me? And I was like, that's a good point. I'm never doing that again. And so from then on, like it was just kind of like this breaking point moment where I'm like, if I can't be myself around everybody, then I don't want to be around them. Like if they don't like the way that I am, then that's on them. It's not on me.
Cool. All right.
I think that's reasonable. I know because of what we've talked about, you have your own dog walking business. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, that was I fell ass backwards into that, to be honest with you. Like I was just kind of like I was working at Lowe's at the time, and I was like, you know what, I hate this job, but it's kind of the only thing that I can do. Like I didn't really have any other options. And so I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm working at Lowe's, pay for college and everything like that. So working there. And I think that probably one of my best skills is like my networking ability. I think I'm pretty good at networking with people. And one day I'm talking to this guy at Lowe's, and he just goes, he's like, yeah, and then my dog walker quit on me. And I go, oh, really? And he goes, yeah. And I go, oh, well, how many times do you need it done? He's like, oh, I need it twice a day, Monday through Friday. And I'm like, hey, you live where you live in this town. I live in this town. If you want, I can come do it. I was like, what kind of rates were you paying the last guy? And he was like, oh, we're paying about this much. I go, okay, cool. I'll take that much, and I'll do it 2 times a day for you. And so that was the first one. And then I just started seeing people while I'd be walking, and they'd be walking their dog, or they wouldn't be walking their dog. They'd just see me, and they'd come up and talk to me. And then next thing you know, I like just branched out that business to be like, it got to the point at the max before COVID, like right before COVID happened, I had like 6 clients. And so I was paying like really well. It was like the most that I'd ever made up until that point by far. Like, so I just quit working at Lowe's, kept doing that for like my entire, income. And then once COVID happened, that's how I got into YouTube and Twitch and whatnot. And that's a whole nother story in and of itself.
So wait, was there some kind of dog walking certification or dog walking training you had to go through? You just show up and walk them?
I think it's actually funny that you'd say that, because at one point I was about to turn it into an LLC before COVID happened, just to kind of like be able to kind of like, obviously limit like some of the responsibility on myself and not be able to get sued as easily. So I was kind of looking into that. And one of the things that I was reading up on, especially for dog walking, is they were like, it will help if you have certifications and if you have insurance. So I was about to start looking into getting qualifications and whatnot done for like dog CPR and like dog training, and also getting dog insurance on all of my clients' dogs. So if anything happened, then they're insured by me. And then like whenever COVID happened, I dropped down only having 1 client, and I was like, you know what, I'm not doing that now. Like now it doesn't seem like there's as much of a reason to do that,
Kind of, honestly, I would have never thought that there was dog insurance first and foremost, but that's pretty cool, dude. Like that's pretty swanky. I can't lie to you.
Yeah, it's weird because it's a type of business insurance, because it's like obviously for a business and not like you're insuring like each of those dogs, but if something happens while you're watching them, then you're insured.
Cool.
All right, sweet. Well, I know that you're going to Otakon, correct?
Yes.
When is that?
That is now.
Is that the one in DC?
Yeah, that's the one in DC.
So he's gonna be at the show you're going to?
Yes, we're gonna meet up.
Oh, okay. Is he staying with you and the rest of the homies?
No, he's gonna be doing his own thing. But what days are you gonna be there, my guy?
I think I'm there the 5th through the 10th.
Okay, cool. So you're doing stuff after the con too?
Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is just go sightseeing on the last day. Just do a little bit of that, but outside of that, I really have no expectations for this. I really wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to go, but then I did the subathon, got a little bit of extra cash, and I was like, that might as well.
Okay, and speaking of the subathon, how was that? Or rather, what was the hardest part about doing that? Can you explain it to Dad? Because I don't think he's very educated in the ways of Twitch culture.
No, I'm ignorant. Willfully ignorant. I don't know anything about Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
I just come sit on your couch and talk trash.
That's kind of it.
That's the best job to have. No, but like subathon is essentially you start out a timer at 0, then every time somebody donates, subscribes, or gives you bits or whatever the case may be, any type of monetary inflection to you adds time to a timer, depending on whatever, like a number of factors, how big of a streamer you are and everything like that. You'll set the time to be a certain number, right?
Okay.
And so every time somebody would do something like that, it would move up the time. And so the way that I envisioned it, like if this gives you any context, I thought this was going to go for like 12 to 18 hours, so much so that the only thing that I brought upstairs with me whenever I went to start streaming was 1 liter of water, 1 pack of mini muffins, and a fruit gushers pack, because I thought I was going to be up there for like 12 hours. I'm like, yeah, I could do this. This will be easy, like whatever. And then I ended up streaming for 4.5 days.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, I slept on stream. I did everything I had to do on stream, and I would say that as far as what you were saying, Donna, what were like the challenges of that? They were surprising because like I think I have like a really good support system around me, like as far as like my friends and whatnot. So it's easy to like just be able to rely on them and be like, hey, can you come on here and talk? And
hold on
so
a second.
That wasn't really a problem.
Hold on, Dad has questions, Tyler.
Oh, go ahead.
You slept on camera?
Yeah.
People watched you sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was surprising too. Let me tell you this. So I would wake up and I'd go check my stream, and there would be like 32 people in there, and they were still having full-on conversations.
Wait a second. Okay, hold on. So you're turned on your camera and it made it face your bed.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What about when you went to the bathroom, homie? Did you like the cameras on the door?
Nah, no, I would just leave during that time. Like there was a few times too where I would like every time that I would go to the restroom, I was really spending like it was like a 5-minute break almost. So I would just have people in there, like Donna was in there at times. I would have people in there and I would just be like, hey, can y'all just hold down the stream while I go to the restroom? And I'd go to the restroom, text some people back, answer some emails, do anything that I needed to do on the outside world, maybe get a snack or something like that, and then I'd come back.
A snack? Bro, that's 4 days. Did you, or are you just using DoorDash, like come upstairs and hand me my food? Like,
no, actually, my need for food ended up being a saving grace because I was like, I don't really feel like cooking because I was just so mentally exhausted all the time. I was like, I don't feel like cooking or anything. So what I would do is I would switch my stream to my phone and I would take them with me to like restaurants and whatnot, like just wherever I wanted to go.
Really? That sounds interesting as hell. Now, wait a second. Hold on. Do you live alone?
No, I live with my parents still. So I had my entire family was there.
So, wow. Okay. This is nuts to me that you put your whole life on display for 4 days.
Yeah. Well, I mean, weirdly enough, like I was talking to my mom about this later. I'm like, it's crazy. And she goes, what? And I go, it was actually crazy how little I interacted with all of you while that was happening. Like I must have talked for 10 minutes total with all of my family during that entire experience, which is weird because they all live there,
Okay, but
so
hold on. And you don't have to give specific numbers here, but how much money did you make off of this subathon?
Enough to go to Otakon.
Okay.
Well, let me put it this way. I didn't want to look and see. Okay, so here's a metric that I can give you that'll be easy for you to like infer how much I made over time because this is public, right? Like it was on the screen. So I set a thing. Donna knows about doing these kind of goals, but I set a goal that was like I said, I thought I was gonna go 12 or 18 hours, so I thought this was like a bit of a stretch even. I said I would get a tattoo of a smiley face that whoever donated the most could draw a smiley face and I'd get it tattooed on my body at some point. And they hit that goal within like 3 hours, and that was a $500 goal. And then it ended up getting up to I think $900 for that one by the time that I was done streaming. And that is the one that is the hardest to get because it's PayPal donations.
Okay.
So that's the one that's hardest to get. So that was my lowest one out of all of the like ways that you can make money on stream.
Have you tattooed the smiley face on your body yet?
No, I've been looking at so I've called a few tattoo parlors and none of them are cool with this idea.
Dude, it's a smiley face. What do you mean they're not cool with a smiley face?
I want to stream it. I want to stream myself getting it. And so they're like, no, because like there might be people in there. I'm like, okay, well, can I come after hours? Like, what do I have to do? So now I'm looking into tattoo artists that will come to my house and do it. Because I mean, like, come on, it's gonna be like 3 minutes. Like, it's not.
Yeah, it's kind of a joke tattoo if it's just a regular old smiley face.
Yeah, it's like a smiley face with a circle around. I mean, it takes no time. Like, just come over to my house, do it, and then get out of here. Like, I don't.
So hold on. Dad has a brilliant idea. Sure. Are you ready for my brilliant idea?
I'm kind of scared.
You're going to what is it called? Otakon?
Otakon,
yeah.
There are tattoo parlors in DC, homie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the fact that I need to be able to stream it. So
Yeah,
I
he
gotta be
wants
able
to-
to.
But you should be calling those
stream.
clowns ahead of time. So line it up for DC.
That would be a cool thing to do while we're there.
While
And
you're in
Donald can film.
Otakon, and then somebody like get a, I don't know, a
I
smiley
could
face.
film it for you. It'd be sick.
Yeah, but that's
You know-
not
you
going
know
to
the
stream
coolest-
though. He wants it live.
Somebody would have
You know-
to
you know
Oh,
the
somebody has to hold the
coolest
camera, sure.
Coolest thing would be if they let Dono tattoo it on me.
That
Yes!
that would be.
Yes, I'm so down for that.
I'd love
You would
that.
do the crappiest job. You'd
That's
be
the point.
bleeding all over the place. All right, hold on a second, because you are actually pretty damn cool, Tyler, and I appreciate this conversation. But you started off talking about dog walking, and then you transitioned once from Lowe's to dog walking to YouTube and Twitch and yada yada. So if you were to, and you understand this, I can tell by the way you talk, if you were to give me your elevator pitch on what your content is about, what would your pitch be?
Are you asking what it's about right now?
I get, yeah, now
It's
and
recent.
forever.
Why- no, yesterday at 3 o'clock. Right now,
No,
yes.
because my content has just evolved so much since I started. Like if you're talking about whenever I first started, whenever Dono and I were like doing YouTube at our hardest levels, then I would say, man, we're doing nothing but anime content. But if you were to ask me now what my content is, I would say it's like exclusively just having conversations with interesting people like yourselves. Like that's all I do is I just have conversations with people that I find interesting.
Okay.
Whether that be in podcast format or it just be a general conversation while I'm doing something else. I just love talking to people. It's my favorite thing to do. And I'm actually like, I feel super blessed to be in the position that I'm in, to be able to actually like, just do this and this be like my main job. I think that's so cool. Like to be able to be like, yeah, like my main job is my favorite thing to do. That's I just feel like that's rare to get. It's a cool college job for sure.
How many followers do you have on YouTube versus Twitch, or both after this subathon?
YouTube's not very high because I just don't post on YouTube very often. So I think my YouTube has like, I don't know, like 750 or something like that. But my Twitch has like 1,000.
Okay, cool. And that 1,000 people pays, like you don't need a job. You don't have to go work at McDonald's or anything. You can do all the college age stuff you want to do. Take your girl to the movies, whatever, with just your Twitch and like YouTube money.
Yeah, it does the job for me. I think it helps that I'm living at home, obviously. Like if I weren't living at home, then it'd be a lot tighter. I think I could still do it.
Yeah.
But it would just be like a lot tighter. But it just all depends on it just all depends on the community that you end up in, like the the people that are in your community and whatnot and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like our community is like super generous and they just actually want to see people succeed. You know what I mean? Like it's like, I feel like in a lot of communities and online especially, you don't actually care about the people, right? Like you don't, you just, you like their content, you might like their video, but you don't actually give a shit about what they're talking about. You don't actually give a shit about them as a human being. And that's one of the things that's different about YouTube to Twitch is on YouTube, they're coming there to watch a specific video, but on Twitch, they're coming there to watch people. They're coming there to see you and to see your personality, to see the people that you have on's personalities and whatnot. So I think that you can get a lot closer with your audience this way.
All right.
So-
I mean, I agree to a certain extent, except that, of course, this community is supportive. I love everybody in this community. I care about everyone in this community. But when it comes to Twitch, everyone loves to drown me for some reason. I just like normally drinking water, like a simple water-needing human being. But for some reason, it's like, hey, let's see if we can make them chug a gallon
Dude,
today. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't think my son can do a subathon because they have to pee too much.
That's not true. That's fair. That's fair, actually. Yeah.
I will say this, TK Dad. I must have been drinking. I have this like blue liter water bottle. I think that I must have been drinking like 6 of those a day during the subathon. Like I was drinking so much water.
I want to do a subathon now, but
You want to do a subathon?
but people would be bored to tears.
Why?
It would just me be sitting at my computer doing nothing, or like
Well, that's the thing. You have to like engage. Like Tyler did different games, and he had different people on to talk to, and like different stuff like that.
that sounds like a lot of work. And I like talking to people. I like doing interviews and stuff. But man, I don't think I'd want to let people watch me sleep.
Yeah.
That is not cool.
That's like the one thing
I
I'm
was
iffy
gonna say,
about.
Whenever you ask what was the most difficult thing, I think that it's funny because I think everybody would have been like, oh, just like, I don't know, being live like that would have been. The thing that I found the most difficult about it overall was the fact that there was never like more than 5 minutes of privacy. Like that was killing me because like I'm very extroverted, but I think everybody's like this. If you are an extrovert, at least this is how it seems to me anecdotally. It seems like everybody's an extrovert until they're not, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
you're
I
an
can believe
extrovert,
that.
But then you need to take your break, right?
Yeah, because it's energy, right? Like anytime
Yeah,
you're
right.
presenting or you're entertaining or you're putting on any kind of a performance, it takes a lot out of you. Like I remember, well, I won't say what I do, but I used to wear a Fitbit, And when I would go and I would do a talk or I would do a performance or whatever, my watch would register it as an actual workout. My heart rate was up and my, everything. It was like, it was equivalent to walking or jogging, or, brisk walk or like a light jog.
Just takes a lot out of you.
It does. And then you're tired when it's over and your endorphins and everything. So it has to suck. You probably passed out for like 13 hours after your subathon. You probably slept for like a day.
I keep like a super strict sleep schedule just because like in my daily life, I just have like a lot of shit going on. Like I'm doing jujitsu and going to the gym and I have to maintain a really good sleep schedule or else I like won't be able to do all of those things. Right. Like if you get inconsistent sleep, that's like the easiest way to not be able to do all those things.
Sure.
So I was like, even during the subathon, waking up at 8 a.m. every morning and going to sleep at like a reasonable time, like 11 or midnight at latest. And then the day after the subathon. So I wake up at 4 a.m. People are calling me, telling me that the subathon has ended. I'm like, oh, thank God. So I go to my computer. I like slur some words because I'm so dead tired. Like I'm like, thank you for watching the subathon. It was very. Anyways, we're gonna raid Katie. I'm getting out of here. And then so I raid Katie, go back to sleep. My alarm goes off in the morning, and I just literally unplugged it. I was like, nope. Just went straight back to sleep. Just kept sleeping. And that was the first time that I've slept in like 6 months.
So wait a second. So
like
the subathon ended when people stopped giving you money?
Yeah, when the timer reaches 0. That's when...
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't control when it ended. It was just when they stopped paying you for your
right. Well, what I had
to
do, so I made a horrible mistake at the beginning. So I had talked to somebody else and been like, hey, how much did you do for your subathon? Like, what were the time increments? And they told me all that. And I was just like, okay, I'll just do that. So I just copied everything they did. By the third day, I was like, I have to turn this down. I cut everything by half by the start of the third day because it was just too much. Like I genuinely don't know when that would have ended if I would have just kept it at the same time, which is like a double-edged sword, right? Like it's good, but it's also like, how much of my mental health am I willing to sell? Because at the end of the day, that's what you're doing. You're selling your mental health, right? And so I was like, how much more am I willing to do of this? And then it started getting to a point where I genuinely could give a fuck about money. I was like, I don't care about money at all. Like, I was like, I don't care about this at all. I just want to be able to not have a camera on me 24/7. Like, I'm ready to take a break from that.
Well, you are braver than me, sir, but I will declare you. Right now, you get the TK Dad seal of approval. You are indeed cool. However, you are also a little bit insane, my friend. But make sure you take a selfie with my son when you guys are in D.C. so I can see what the hell you look like instead of your little plantation safari hat guy. I don't know what the hell that's about.
He's a ginger, so.
Oh, red hair. Don't care. All right. So,
damn.
Are we done with Tyler DOE?
I think we're done with Tyler DOE. One last thing. You have approximately 10 seconds to convince me to continue reading One Piece starting now.
I think that you would seriously appreciate the way that all of the characters come together once you've been introduced to all of the characters. And I also think that the art is beautiful.
Alrighty, cool. Boom!
What?
Still not convinced.
What?
Thank you very much, my guy. You are indeed a very cool individual. Did you like the little smash thing? Did you think that was cool?
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I was watching it like right whenever I was trying to figure out which Discord I'm supposed to be in and everything. I was like, ah.
Alrighty, sick. Well, thank you very much for coming down, dude. Hopefully we can have you on again. Maybe we even do a special episode in DC. But I will catch you later, my guy.
I'm done. All right, guys, take it easy. Have a good one.
Later, dude. All right, so Tyler DOE is officially cool. Not as cool as Dad, but he's all right. Is he cooler than you, son?
Heck no, are you kidding?
Okay, he's like bronze tier cool. If I'm gold and you're silver, then he can be bronze cool. But that subathon sounds pretty damn crazy. However,
I would do it.
You would do it?
I would. I think it would be kind of fun, but like he said, it would be exhausting in the end.
I think it would be too, but I'd be charging too much money. Like, you want to keep me awake, brother, you're going to have to pay to play.
No, you can sleep. That's the thing. There's a streamer. His name is Ludwig. He streamed for a month straight doing a subathon. And he had to cut it off in a month because people were still donating. He made thousands of dollars. He made so much money doing that thing. He was like, listen, guys, this is fun, but I'm cutting it off after a month. There's no, I can keep going. He was MIA for like 2 weeks after that.
Now, people at home, people in the chat, I'm looking at my phone because I have some questions from people for dad advice. Is this time for dad advice?
Is it time? I mean, I guess, yeah, let's do dad advice. I'm down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the program, I want you to understand something. I am Dad. As Dad, I have dad jokes, and I also have dad advice. And some people have come to appreciate the dad advice. As a matter of fact, we did a stream on YouTube of strictly dad advice. It was like, what, an hour and a half long?
I know, it was about like 2 hours.
A lot of people really responded. A lot of people liked it. And so my son put up for the podcast questions about dad advice. And I don't know how many questions came in. If you have any, that's cool. But there's one in particular I want to share.
Alrighty.
And I'm not going to reveal this person's name. I'm not going to say who this person is. But I'm going to answer the question. I received it via DM a little while back. And it says, how do I know when a girl likes me?
You don't. That's the answer.
No. Dad has advice.
There's no way.
Dad has the answer. I'm going to put you up on game.
You're going to put me up on game.
I've told you this. You just don't listen.
I'm dying alone.
Let me explain. I've explained this to my son, and I'm going to explain it to you, the people at home. First of all, we have to talk about this in the realm of face-to-face live interaction. How can I tell if a girl likes me on the computer? You can't. You can't even tell if it's a girl, okay?
That's true. It
I'm
could be
saying,
a 40-year-old guy named Chuck.
It could be. Or Leroy, right?
Leroy.
You got some guy in his mama's basement at 40 years old. His mama's 63 talking about, come on up and get your hamburger helper, Leroy.
No.
And Leroy's
hamburger helper?
Leroy's like, I'm not done flirting with TK Dono, right? Yeah, we ain't going out like that. But if you're in person, if you're in class, if you're at school, if you're at church, whatever, and you happen to make eye contact with a person of the opposite sex or someone that of the female persuasion, I have the tip of all tips for you. Now, son.
Yes, I am paying attention.
You've heard me tell you before about what I call the go sign.
That's correct.
I'm going to explain to these people what the go sign is.
Can I chip in with what I've seen?
I'm going to ask first, before you do, I'm going to ask you, has it worked?
No, because I'm still single.
Have you noticed that it works in public?
I have. I have seen many, many go signs in my days at Chipotle.
And, hold on. Do you think that my philosophy is correct?
To an extent.
To an extent? What's wrong with my philosophy?
There's nothing wrong with it. It hasn't worked for me, therefore I'm not as faithful.
Okay, so here's the question. Does the go sign work for people you've just met for the first time, which is, I know it does, 100%. Do you think it works for people you've known for a while?
I don't know.
All right, we're going to get right to it. America, world, people on the TK podcast, allow me to introduce you to what we call the go sign. An old friend of mine told me this way back, probably when I was about my son's age, and there was a girl, and she was sitting across the table from me, and I looked at her, and she looked at me, and she did something. I think she fixed her purse strap or something. She did something to fix her appearance, and the homeboy Mark at the time, he goes, go. And I said, go? Go what? He's like, she's into you. I'm like, how do you know?
There's no way.
And he goes, she just gave you the go sign. And I said, as an ignorant 19, 20-year-old, what's the go sign? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this, as it was explained to me, and I have used this multiple times, is the go sign. Yes, my many years. If you happen to make eye contact with, I'm going to use a girl because I'm hetero, okay? With a girl, and she gives you the go sign. The go sign is any kind of imperceptible or small motion to where she fixes, adjusts, or corrects her appearance. Why is that important? Why did I tell you? Do you remember?
No.
Okay, here's the thing. When a person, this goes back to the animal, the lizard brain, if you will, okay?
We were like monkeys or
something. It goes back. The lizard brain is what they call it. We'll get to that later. Anyway, this is something that is deeply ingrained in our core genetic makeup. When we see a potential mate, and we are attracted to or we are interested in that potential mate, we like to present ourselves as attractive as possible. So let's say like you see a girl, she walks into the store, whatever, and she's looking good. You might stand up a little bit taller, right? You might fix your uniform or, whatever, kind of make sure you look good, right? Hey, am I good? Hold on, I'm good. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, okay. That is the go sign. If you're a male and you're interested in a female, she adjusts her purse. She sees you and she does something to fix her appearance. She tucks the hair behind her ear. She adjusts her purse. She pushes up her glasses. Anything like that.
Pulls up her pants.
I guess pull up your pants could be one.
Purse strap.
It's a go sign. That means she's looking at you as a potential mate. And you should go. You should say, hey girl, how you doing? What's your name? I'm Dono and I'm handsome. Whatever the hell it is you want to say. I don't do pickup lines. I just talk to people. But my point is, if you look, you walk into the store, GameStop, whatever it is. I guess GameStop's kind of dead. But anyway, and you see a girl behind the counter and you look at her and she fixes her shirt. That's a go sign. She's looking at you as a potential match. But not only does she see you as a potential match, she's trying to fix herself to present herself as best as possible. So she's saying, potential match, I hope I look good, which typically means she's interested. What do you think of that?
I think it's pretty legit.
What is your experience with the go sign?
I just see it a lot. I work at Chipotle. I see a lot of people. I serve bowls and whatnot. Obviously, I can't act on it while I'm at work, okay?
Excuses.
Hi, what excuses?
Hey.
Hi, want a brown rice? Also, you look fabulous today. Like,
No,
that's
you're
not
not
gonna
gonna
work.
Look, if I was working the Chipotle line and I'm making white or brown rice,
Sure.
I'm gonna say, "How you doing?" "Oh, I'm good." Da-da-da-da-da. "My name's Donald. What's your name?" "While I'm making your bowl." And when she's like, "Oh,"
And do you understand how fast it is?
I would be like, "What's your name?" "Susie." "Cool. All right, Susie. You want this corn, whatever?" "Yeah, okay." Boom, boom, boom. "What you doing after this?" "Oh, I don't know. Okay, I get off at 8. Where are you gonna be?" Da-da-da-da. What's she gonna say?
I get off at 8. Where are you gonna be?
If I say, "What are you doing?" "I'm hanging out with my man." "Cool. That's the breaks, right?"
Woo!
And she's like, "Oh, nothing. We're
Okay.
just hanging out here having fun. Just gonna do a little shopping." "Okay. How long you think you'll be here?" 8 o'clock. "Cool. I get off at 7. What's your? You wanna come back?" "Sure." Or, "No, hell no, you're ugly," whatever. But
like,
you
yeah.
never know until you shoot your shot.
That's true, I guess.
A lot of you clowns are petrified. A lot of you guys have paralysis by analysis. What should I say? What should I do? How do I go about it? You just talk. And if she's into you, she'll put up with whatever it is you have to say. If you go up to a girl and say, "Hey, I love your hair," or "I love your smile," or "I noticed your t-shirt. I'm an anime fan too. What's your name?" If she hates you, she'll be like, "Ugh, nobody asked you to come over here," whatever. Then you're like, "Okay, abandoned ship. I just like," and you say something like, "I just like anime. Sorry, I wasn't trying to push up."
Like, my bad. I just kill a kill. Sweet.
And you're not hurt. That's the problem, is we don't want to be rejected. Just like your boy Tyler DOE said on
I
Why
don't
Are
wanna
You
be
Cool?
rejected.
No, he said, "Why are you cool?" He said, "I don't care what people think about me." I will go talk to, been married for a long time. If I were single, I would go talk to as many women as possible. And if they shoot me down, right?
Mhm.
5 chicks say hell no, and not one says yes. Guess what? I came out ahead.
ISO?
If they all say no, what did you lose?
Nothing.
Right now,
Your
you're
pride.
Right now, not pride, because
Dignity?
your value isn't wrapped up in what these women think of you.
I guess that's true.
Do you feel like if a woman says no, you lose something as a person?
Not to an extent. No.
So
no.
then what's your hesitation?
I don't know.
Come on, son, this is your show.
I mean, I don't really have a hesitation necessarily. But the advice that I've been given, because I have tried going out with quite a few people these past few months, and it has not been successful. And you know what? You kind of get tired of getting shot down a little bit. I know you're not supposed to care about how other people perceive you or think about you, but it might shake up Donald's confidence a little bit or something or other.
But that's the problem right there. You just said the problem. America, people. That's the problem, is you're letting other people dictate your confidence. You're letting other people dictate how you feel about yourself. I am old. I am fat. Okay?
Mhm.
I am so not rich. All right? But I still think I'm a cool dude.
I know.
And no matter how many chicks said no to me, I'm still cool.
Mhm.
I'm not cool because that chick said yes. I'm not cool because I'm not uncool because that chick said no.
It's not necessarily about whether or not I think they're cool. I know I'm cool. Okay. But
So then how does that shake your confidence if somebody says no?
in the relationship department, it's like, okay, maybe I'm not compatible with people. It's not that I don't think I'm cool. I know that I'm cool. But
Okay.
if it's like, I've tried dating, 3 or 4 people the past few months, it just didn't work out, then it's like, damn, maybe I'm not ready for a relationship right now.
Maybe not, but they're not your person.
Mm-hmm.
They are not your person. I didn't meet my person until I was 26 years old.
Well, that's like pretty young, right?
It is, but that's still a long way for you, right?
I mean, I guess.
My point is, a lot of times, especially right now, you guys have got it twisted. Nobody's getting married at 19. You're not going to
Some
find
people are.
some people, some weird people, okay? Chances are you're not going to find your forever person right the hell now.
Mhm.
There's a chance,
There's some people.
but for the most part, no. So if you're looking for love, you're in the wrong pond, just like we said on the YouTube stream. Right fish,
Mhm.
right pond. Right bait, right fish, right?
Mhm.
If you're at college, nobody's looking to get married at college, maybe at a Christian college, okay?
Yeah.
But at a regular old secular college, nobody's trying to find a ring. Nobody's trying to get a wife.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Right fish, right bait. Right fish, right pond. If you're looking for love, you got to use love bait, okay?
Don't
If you're
go
look-
on Tinder.
Yes, Tinder is not love bait. Tinder is booty bait, okay? That's what Tinder is.
It's true.
If you're looking for love, you don't go to the club, because club is for one thing.
And one thing only.
Yes, you go to the church. There's some love at the church.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe at school. There's some love at school if you go to the right people, right places. But if you're at the club, let's say you're maybe you're Tyler DOE, okay?
Sure.
Maybe you just made a ton of money on a subathon, right?
Sure.
And so you got more money than God, and you can't wait to make it rain up at the local Houston nightclub, right?
Sure.
So Tyler DOE rolls up with a stack of 20s, lighting his joints with ones, right? He's just like, whatever, I'm King Dingaling, and I got more money than God. And he goes to the club, and he's making it rain, and he buys every chick there that gives him a go sign, the most expensive drink on the menu. He's got bottle service. They're bringing him $300 bottles of $30 alcohol, which has never made sense to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of fish is Tyler DOE catching?
No fish?
The money fish. Because he used money bait. If your bait is bottle service and look at how much dough I have, you're going to find dough chicks. If you put out there, look how fit and handsome and hard body Harold I am, you're going to find what's the word I'm looking for?
Subpar?
No, sub-level. The superficial chicks. If your whole thing is look at my abs, yeah, there's going to be girls who just want to touch your abs. And that's cool. But is that depth? Is that love?
No.
No.
Like I said, it's surface level.
Fish, people. If you're looking for the right fish, you got to use the right bait. You can't go catch catfish with freaking bluegill tuna bait, right? It's not going to work.
All right.
So whatever it is you want, you have to put yourself in a position to catch the right fish. You got to fish in the right pond. You got to use the right bait. But if you're in the right pond, if you're in the right bait, and you see the right fish, and you look and make eye contact, and she does something to kind of fix herself or make herself look more attractive, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the go sign. Anything to add, son?
No, except good luck to you. If you see the go sign, go for it. I believe.
I will not say this person's name, but this person needs to believe in themselves and trust. And if they say no, then be prepared to just okay, this is something I'm going to give a little bit more and I'm going to shut the hell up.
Sure.
If you want to communicate with a girl or guy, okay, and you're not sure what to say, maybe they're just hot, okay? Like, oh, this girl's smoking hot. She's wearing a plain white t-shirt and some blue jeans. There isn't anything to compliment. She's just hot. That might be a little harder, okay? But if you see somebody that's wearing an anime t-shirt,
sure.
You see someone that's got a cool bag, you see someone that's got cool shoes, you see someone that's wearing a cool outfit, cool hairstyle, cool hair color, cool haircut, that's what the hell you talk about. Okay. And you walk in here, let's play a game. You ready?
Sure.
All right, so I'm the hot, you be the hot chick, okay? And you're going to shoot me down. You ready?
Sure.
Okay, I say, hey, I love your hair.
Beat it, ugly. I don't.
Dang, girl, I just liked your hair. Have a nice day. What did I lose?
Nothing.
Nothing. I didn't say, hey, baby, I love you so much. Please love me. Give me your number.
Okay,
I just said, hey, nice hair. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you start with a compliment and they shut you down, you just say, have a nice day. I like your hair. And you lost nothing. Mm-hmm. If you go in there and say, I really like your face and I'd love to marry you and have lots of children, then you lose it all, okay?
You'll probably get charged with sexual assault.
You damn right. So just look at someone, find something to compliment them about, and once you give them the compliment, move the heck on.
And report back to us. If it works, let us know.
Look for the go sign, give a compliment, or I noticed this, I saw this, I like your this, I appreciate this about you. Hey, that was a great song you just sang at karaoke. Or, hey, you pretty good at bowling. I just saw you. Didn't you hit a strike? Yeah, I hit a strike. Cool. Get out of here, creep. Whatever, dude. I was asking for some bowling tips. Have a nice day. You didn't lose anything. Find something to talk about, compliment, whatever, and then you get the heck out of Dodge. Somebody just put in the chat, that's my life. What's your life? Getting shot down?
What's what?
Getting shot down is your life? What is the thing?
I don't know.
Oh, analysis, paralysis by analysis?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, stop thinking and start moving. You see the go sign, that means you go, and then you find something to compliment or talk about. So even if she shoots you down, you can just say, hey, I like your shirt. Have a nice day. Whatever. I got a boyfriend. Cool. Did he buy the shirt? Right?
Yeah, like, my bad.
I love your hair. I got a man. Cool. Did he do your hair? No, I was just talking about your hair. Have a nice day.
I was like, I just thought it looked nice. Damn.
That's how you backtrack out of it, right? Hey, girl, I love that dress. I got a man. Cool. Did he buy your dress? Or I'm just talking about your dress. Have a nice day. Where'd you get it? I want to get one for my girl. You can always backtrack out of it and save yourself a little bit of, I don't know, pride, ego damage.
Embarrassment.
Enough about this. Do you have any more dad advice questions?
Of course I have more dad advice questions.
All right, what do we got? People are going to ask me questions about love. Or they're going to ask me questions about money. Or following their passion. How to do a subathon. No.
Lettuce says, what is your favorite parts of the creative process?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, there's something about, I hate to say the finish line because everybody wants to see their finished work.
Finish it.
But I really enjoy seeing something that was once in my brain on paper or on screen. I like creating something and then seeing it become real. Mm-hmm. Whatever real means to you, whether it's a written word, whether it's a drawn picture, whether it's a video, whatever it is. I like coming up with the concept and seeing the concept come to fruition. What's your favorite part of the creative process?
Kind of like the nit and grit of it. Like after all the planning is done, you have the idea and you're just like getting into it.
Mhm.
Editing is a different story. I'm talking about like filming and like you have different props and different people on, or you're making something like the Skittles or the manga wall, or like doing stuff like that with your hands. That's my favorite part.
So it's not even when it finishes; it's just more about the process.
When it's finished, it's always like, oh yeah, look at like, I mean, you can't see right now, it's the chat box obviously, but
Yeah.
like, look at that, that's cool. It's a conversation piece, or it's like, oh, I love your wall. It's like, thanks, I worked really hard on that, and I like the process. I remember that. I remember how much it took, and it just makes it that much better.
But not editing.
Not editing.
Why
Well,
don't you
editing
like
is
editing?
fine. Editing, I have a love-hate relationship with editing because editing is a creative outlet for me, but at the same time, it is a tedious process. Part of that is my fault because I'm not as skillful as I used to be, and I haven't been practicing as much as I should. But at the same time, it's just cutting, pasting, and doing different other fancy stuff on Premiere. So it takes a little bit. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so it takes longer, and it's a bit of a pain.
All right. So what else we got from Lettuce or anybody else? Or is that the only dad advice question?
That's kind of like the only advice question that I've got. We have a few other regular questions.
All right, what do you got? Let's give them one or two more questions, and then we'll move on.
One or two? Alrighty. How did you find the motivation to pursue your dream on YouTube? I couldn't get over the embarrassment from my friends and family.
That was a dad question?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not on YouTube, unless
I
you're
guess
counting some of
not.
my other stuff, which you guys haven't seen. Okay?
Okay.
Read it again.
I mean, we could always just... How did you get over embarrassment from your friends and family when you're trying to pursue your dream?
I'm going to sound like Gary V. First of all, go follow Gary Vaynerchuk.
That's
At
cool.
Gary VEE, okay? But one thing he says that I identify with that I love is stop letting other people dictate your joy, your happiness, or your success. Typically, when you have negative voices inside your head, they're not your own. They're somebody else's. It could be your mom. It could be your ex-girlfriend. It could be your sister. Anybody who told you weren't good enough, that's usually where that negative voice comes from. You have to find peace and happiness and value in and of yourself to overcome that. Because I feel that sometimes. There's a lot of things I would like to do, but I'm apprehensive because I feel like, what if people say this, that, and the other? But I remind myself, like, well, screw it, I'm cool, right? I'm dad, damn it, I'm going to keep going. And so I do it. And sometimes I win and sometimes I lose. But the number one thing is I don't judge myself. How would you answer that question?
How would I answer that question? Well, my dad makes fun of me all the time, so I'm kind of just used to it at this point. Like, self-deprecation is how I relieve stress. And honestly, don't take everything too seriously. Relax, chill, take your time, and you'll get it. I mean, if you're worried about what other people are thinking, it's going to paralyze you for the rest of your life. So start worrying about what you're thinking.
So wait a second. When you say dad makes fun of you all the time, do you think I'm talking trash? You ugly son of a
No,
bitch?
it's not like actually making fun of me, but it's like, toughens my skin, especially in this paper-skinned world, right? But... yeah, no, you just kind of have to get over it. My friends still make fun of me, but they support me, like they're always...
Give me an example of your friends making fun of you.
It's like a TK dumbass or like stuff like that. Like, they're cool.
But is it
fine.
something you did that was dumb, or is it something that...
Oh, well, yeah, I usually make like a bunch of mistakes. Or
So it's
do
not like they're
something
picking
stupid.
on you just for your
No,
existence.
no.
It's not like, you ugly. It's like, oh, you botched this edit, or
It's
you
like,
didn't
look
do
at
this,
you, or like says the guy with the anime YouTube channel. It's
Okay.
it's nothing too crazy.
I
you
mean,
just don't take it too seriously.
Don't surround yourself with people that are going to hurt you, but if it's in fun and they really respect you and they're just poking fun. Like, basically, if you have if you can tell your friends, like, hey, dude, that hurt my feelings, that's somebody you can, and they'll back off and they'll stop, that's somebody you can trust to kind of joke in that way. If you told Tyler DOE, like, hey, man, that hurt my feelings, man, can you not say that again? I like to think he wouldn't say that to you anymore.
No, he wouldn't.
Okay, so that way you can say, okay, that's friendly banter. But if you tell somebody, hey, man, that can hurt my feelings, and they double down on it, well, that's different.
Yeah,
Now that guy's a hater, and you got to avoid those people.
Find
You know what
your
I mean?
friends. Yeah.
So avoid haters, number one, but find joy and security in yourself and confidence in yourself to where you don't need the haters. Put it out there. And some people will love it, some people will hate it. I've got YouTube videos with thousands of views. I got YouTube videos with 60 views.
Yeah,
right?
go watch my first video. That took a lot of a lot of confidence and ignorance to put that thing up. But you just got to get started.
But it's done. And you can look at it and say, I did that, right? We did the podcast last week, and I guess you're saying that's the pilot episode. It wasn't the real first episode or whatever.
I mean, why not?
Some of it was good, some of it was bad. The sound quality sucked. We learned. And I'm sure if you look at dad videos from the beginning till now, the quality has changed. The quality has evolved. We get better. Sometimes I talk too much. Pretty much every time I talk too
Pretty
much.
much he talks to me. I try to jump in, but then he'll be like...
I'm trying to shut up more. I'm giving you more of a platform. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
All right, one more question, then we move on to what this week in anime.
One more question. It's kind of two. Okay. What do you like dad jokes? Number one.
Yes.
Yes.
Ta-da.
Okay. And then, does my family play Pokemon? Do you play Pokemon? And if so, what is your favorite Pokemon?
I played Pokemon Go because I thought that was cool. I kind of got caught up in the craziness.
In the hype 2016.
I enjoyed Pokemon Go. However, I never played a real Pokemon game. I don't know very many Pokemon. The one that I like the best, my favorite, is Blastoise. Is that what he is in his final form or whatever is Blastoise?
Yeah, Blastoise.
What does he start off as?
Squirtle.
Squirtle. And then he becomes Warturtle. Then he becomes Blastoise.
Yep.
Blastoise looks like a bad dude, and he looks like a brother. Okay, when I see Blastoise, he looks like a black man. Especially the memes where he's got sunglasses and stuff, and he's packing heat. He's got a big ass cannon.
He's got two of them.
He's the wrong dude to mess with. So yeah, do not tribal with Blastoise, and he looks cool.
But you've threatened me for years that you're like, oh, I'm gonna go buy a DS. I'm gonna go buy a Switch, and I'm gonna dominate you in Pokemon. First off, I have over a decade's worth of experience in this game.
This is true.
Second, I would love to see you try.
Okay, I understand that I am probably not going to beat you in any kind of Pokemon game.
There's no way.
You have such a big head start. It would be very hard for me to catch up to you and to overtake you in the Pokemon knowledge. Like, I can pick one right now. What's the weird looking mime clown?
Mr. Mime? Or Mime Jr., it's pre-evolution.
The one that was like, you had to go to France to get him? Remember that?
Yeah, that's Mr. Mime.
Okay. What type is he? Watch this, people. Watch this. What type is he?
He's a psychic type.
And what is he weak to?
Psychic is weak to Bug, and I believe Dark as well.
So if I wanted to beat you with your mime guy, who's the best guy to take you on with your mime dude?
Dark Bug type, which I am drawing a blank, but you could use Scyther, he's a bug flying. You could use Bisharp, he's steel. Well, that would be kind of complicated because Psychic is good against steel, so it would be kind of neutral. But yeah, they're Bug Dark type.
I rest my peace, people. How am I going to overcome this kind of crap? Here's another one. What is the rock dude? Geodude?
Geodude, yeah.
Okay, what is his type? Rock type?
He's a rock type.
And what is he weak to?
Water and ground and grass, ice, a lot
How
of
is he weak to ground when he's made of rock?
It's stupid.
Okay, so what's the best person to take out Geodude?
A lot of different people. You could do Blastoise could take him out pretty easily.
That's right. Blastoise will take out any damn body. Who's Blastoise weak to? Charmander?
He's weak to Bulbasaur and his evolution line.
Okay, what is Bulbasaur? He's the one with the onion on his back?
It's that one right there.
Okay, but what is he, a plant type?
He's a grass type.
Grass? So there's not a plant type, it's just a grass type?
It's called grass type, but it's basically plant type.
So why is a damn turtle allergic to grass? What the hell does that...
He's water. Water is weak against grass. Think about it like a bud of dew rolling off of a leaf.
Whatever. See, this is why I will never beat you at Pokemon. This is why I won't try, but it's fun to talk trash because I like to see your face when you act like you're going to be like, I'm going to, whatever. But here's the deal. Are we done with the dad questions?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the last feature of the TK podcast. This one is called This Week in Anime. Now, is there any Olympics-related anime stuff?
Nothing that I saw right away.
Pikachu going for the gold and something?
No,
anything?
I did see a Geodude mascot that was parading around, I believe, the Olympic Village, but aside from that, no.
I heard there was some anime in the opening ceremonies. Did you not see that?
I did not, but they do definitely have some animation for the opening ceremony.
You guys need to send me at Dad Hates Anime or at TKDonald_, whatever anime-related Olympic stuff you got. Maybe we'll talk about it more next week because I like seeing stuff that I'm into or my family's into in regular pop culture. So if there were no Olympic anime connections that we know of right now, let us know. But what do you have for this week in anime?
Of things, actually. Starting off with Dragon Ball Super Superhero has been announced at Virtual Comic-Con. So it's a new Dragon Ball Super movie that's coming out in 2022.
It's called Dragon Ball Super Superhero?
Yep.
What kind of over-redundant crap is that?
I did it. Does it look like I came up with it?
All right, what else you got for this week in anime? My
goodness. Vinland Saga, the one with the masculine cow, is getting an English dub.
That is a very masculine cow. And, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do those voices.
This is something related to the Olympics. Shaman King, a pretty cool anime and pretty cool manga. Episode 18 and 19 are being postponed due to the Olympic Games.
Shaman King?
Shaman King.
Have you watched this?
I have not. I've been meaning to.
Is it supposed to be good?
It's supposed to be really good, yeah. It actually had an anime a few years back, but they are rebooting it.
Is it a shonen, fighting anime?
Yes, it is shonen.
All right, maybe I'll give it a shot.
It's like things about shaman-esque stuff. I don't know.
I read a really cool book, a lit RPG on a shaman, and that was kind of cool. If you guys recommend Shaman King, let us know on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, at TKDonald_ at Dad Hates Anime. What else you got?
Sony Music Entertainment is actually opening virtual YouTuber auditions. So if you want to be a VTuber for Sony Music, that's a thing, but I'm pretty sure you have to speak Japanese.
Anybody tell Katie?
I messaged Katie about it. She was like, I saw that, but it's in Japan, and I don't speak Japanese. And I'm like, oh, well, my bad.
What else you got?
Komi Can't Communicate, which is a very, very popular manga. I actually have some on my shelf.
Okay.
Is getting a live action adaptation coming out September 6th.
All right. Mm-hmm. So this is some serious news.
It is some serious stuff that's
Do
happening.
the people know? Are the people excited?
The people, I hopefully are excited.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to say. I don't know half the crap you just said.
Well, that's fine.
Because I'm not an otaku. I'm not an anime person. In fact, I would go as far as to say Dad hates anime.
Then what are some real current events that you have seen?
Oh, man, I don't know. I'm watching the Olympics. That's about
it. Just the Olympics.
That's it. It's every 4 years. Now 5 years because it got postponed.
Wait,
but
I think they really are shifting it back?
No, 2021 now, but I think the next one will still be 2024. Okay. Yeah.
Because that would mess everything up.
That would screw up everything. But no, it's interesting to watch these sports and watch these people accomplish their dreams. That's one of the biggest things for me. I get emotional watching the Olympics. Mm-hmm. You know, if you work your tail off, obviously, Dad doesn't work at anything except eating freaking cake, okay? Mm-hmm. But back in the day when I was really training and working, trying to become the next great yada yada, right? Mm-hmm. To accomplish that goal, to win that gold medal, to win the championship, to be the heavyweight, to be the Hokage, right? Mm-hmm. That's a huge moment. And we're watching literally hundreds of moments happen every day. Mm-hmm. It's the culmination of years and years of work and effort and time and patience and sacrifice. How can you not get behind that? Mm-hmm. Like, this is the whole world not stops, but pauses for a moment to look and see who the fastest person in the world is, who the strongest person in the world is. Mm-hmm. I love all the fighting ones. I love boxing, judo, taekwondo, and all this. Like, I want to see who's the baddest dude on the planet. This kind of stuff appeals to me. It doesn't appeal to you?
It does. It's pretty cool.
I mean, isn't this what all the anime is about, is being the best?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like the ultimate sports anime.
I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. That's the same thing as the Olympics, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
We was watching men's volleyball today. It made me think of Volleyball Jesus, right?
Haikyuu.
Yeah, I don't know where they found a bunch of 7-foot people in China, but damn it, they got them. They're out there spiking on people, right? I'm like, son of a biscuit. Like, this guy is 1.98 meters. And I'm like, what is that? It's like, that's 6'5". Like, man, they're not a whole lot. They found 26'5", Korean people. I'm like, how'd that happen, right? I mean, I know a few tall Korean folks. But, yeah, it's crazy. So, and the U.S. men's basketball team is losing.
Really?
What's wrong with them? They lost to France.
How did the U.S. lose?
No idea, but they're getting their tails kicked. But, all right. So I think that does it for this week's TKPodcast. I'm redundant, just like that Dragon Ball superhero.
Oh, my God.
Superhero.
That's a travesty.
This is the Podcast. It's so ridiculous.
I didn't come up with it.
I know. But is there anything else you would like to share for the people before we go to the behind the scenes with the people in Twitch? Because it's always smart to join us on Twitch. Mm-hmm. We have a couple of questions, a little overtime on Twitch. But if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Google
Spotify,
Podcasts or
whatever,
then you're missing out. Because Twitch is when we do it live every Sunday at 2 o'clock Pacific time. That's when we get on here and talk some trash. You can see Dan on the couch, cuddling his pillow of choice. You can see Dono on the couch, reading his notes and drinking his water.
And that's not a bad thing. I have stuff prepared because I'm cool like that.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm giving you credit. Drinking water is good as well.
Yes,
okay?
Stay hydrated.
But is there anything you would like to tell the people or add before we go?
Love y'all. Mwah.